Grand rising and peace to all the gods and goddesses of planet Kai. Peace to all the divine beings and chosen ones all around the world, family. I'm sending y'all high vibrational energy and gratitude. If these videos resonate with y'all, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share these videos to more divine beings and chosen ones all around the world, family. Divine intellect signing in. Now, chosen, if you found this video, it's your sign, or this is confirmation for you that it's time for you to relocate. It's time to relocate, because you probably been feeling like alienated in your environment, or feeling like you the only person in your environment that sees what's going on with this illusion, or see through the matrix, or the only one that's on a high vibrational frequency, right? That's how you know it's time to relocate. For some of y'all, it might be a different city, of that specific state. Maybe it might be a whole new state, or you might just actually leave out the whole country. For some of y'all out there, I don't know your situation or what you're thinking about doing or where you planning on moving or going, but it's that time to leave from where you currently are at, right? And most of the time it's because you feel alienated. Like you feel like you don't fit in with nobody at no more, because when you done the spiritual work and the shadow work to heal yourself, evolve and grow as a divine being, you start to feel isolated, and your energy start pulling you away from certain energies or from certain people or places, and things just don't feel the same no more for you. It's like you feel like an outcast. You feel all alone in this world, and as a chosen one, you always was the outcast. You always was the black sheep. You always stood out. But the thing was, you dimmed your light to please others, or because as a chosen one, that's how we were at first when we were in our sleep state. We didn't know any better. Like, we dimmed our light to make other people feel comfortable. We'll put how we really feel, our authentic self, to the side to please other people and to make them feel comfortable, like I was saying. And you're suppressing yourself. You're dimming your light. You're destroying your authentic self, the best version of yourself by doing that. Because when you let your light fully shine, it's going to irritate demons. It's going to irritate people. It's going to bring out that shadow side of themselves that they be trying to cover up and wear a mask to hide, right? Because they want most of the world to, wear a mask. They don't want you to be your authentic self. So when you are your authentic self, it causes irritation. It causes these demons to get irritated. It causes people to look at you like who he think he is or who she thinks she is. It just causes that jealousy and that corrupt thinking, corrupt mindset, right? But that's how you're dealing with demons, and people need to heal and release a lot of that stuff and sit with themselves and do that shadow work so that they can find that inner peace within and release and detach themselves from whatever entities and dark forces that's trying to work through them, right? But yeah, so on this journey, family, it's time to relocate when you just feel alienated and you don't fit in with nobody no more that you used to. Like people you probably used to hang out with, friends, whether it's family, no matter who it may have been. It's like you no longer resonate with them no more. You don't want to do the things that you used to do no more. Like maybe you used to drink, maybe you used to smoke, maybe you used to go out to the club with these people back in your lower state. Maybe it was just certain things that you did in your sleep state before you awakened, and it made you realize, like, when you look back at it, you start to realize, like, dang, I was really sleeping. Like I was not in my most authentic version of myself. Like I wasn't really, the best version of myself at that time, and you start to look back at it like, dang, how could I have done this? Dang, that was me. Like that was really me back then. Like, dang, I evolved and grew so much, man. And it's like when you do that work, you start to really feel a difference. You see the difference. Other people around you also see the difference within you as well, right? Because it's all about finding that inner peace and healing and connecting back to your inner child, because your inner child is where you was the most purest, where you were the most innocent, where you were the most healed. Think of a child. Think of how pure they are. Think of how innocent they are, right? As a child, you don't know right from wrong just yet. You don't know about, the dangers of this world yet. You're just curious. You're just living. You're just being free. And that's how we're supposed to be anyway. Our birthright was to be free. Our birthright was to be able to, live freely and just be our authentic selves and not wear a mask for society, because a lot of people wear masks, right? So when you are your authentic self, it starts to irritate demons. That's another reason why you know it's time to isolate. When you're around a lot of demons, around a lot of low vibrational people that love to gossip, love to talk down on others, you know, people that's just very negative, just negative all the time. Don't speak nothing positive over themselves, you know. Just think about it. Like, if you're around a lot of people who self-sabotage, a lot of people who talk down or don't speak highly of themselves, it's time for you to relocate, family. You know, I'm just letting you know, if you've been feeling like that and you've been around certain people who self-sabotage, don't even put life over themselves, you know it's time to relocate, because on this journey you have healed so much and you done the work to the point you can't talk lack over yourself no more. You know, for the ones who really did the work, because this not an easy journey, like I always say, and it's gonna be painful. Like I said, like I mentioned, like the dark night of the soul on my recent short that I released. Like, going through the dark night of the soul is when you basically sitting with yourself and doing that shadow work and facing those dark parts about yourself that you're not too happy with, because you have to sit and face them, right? You can't run from them, and you can't turn to no drug outside of yourself or anything else outside of yourself to fix that. You have to sit with yourself and go within and meditate and clear all that out, like that old karmic energy within you, to, you know, and that trauma and pain that you've been holding in for so long. You have to go within and release that stuff from yourself, you know, so that you can feel free and light as a feather again, you know, and be back in your, you know, inner child, your most authentic version of yourself. Like, you know, and that comes with healing the inner child. You know, it helps you get back to your most authentic version of yourself on a spiritual, you know, level. But you know, that's when you know it's time to isolate, when you just around so many people that's negative, family, and they don't, you know, speak life over themselves. And then, you know, if they can't speak life over themselves, what make you think they're gonna speak life over you? Because if they look at themselves like they ain't shit, how can they look at you like you're, you know, great, or you're something more better? You know, they're gonna look at that as competition all the time. So that's when you know it's time to leave or relocate. And especially if you've been in your hometown for so long and you feel like things are still the same as it was your whole life, like growing up from a child, and, you know, and nothing changed. You evolved so much as far as doing the spiritual work to heal and grow, and just people around you, places and things still the same. That's how you know it's time to relocate, family. Also, you might be experiencing things like just like basically not getting much support from people. Like, you know, you probably you have certain gifts, certain things that you have been doing, certain talents. Because as a chosen, when you have many gifts, you have many talents. Maybe you've been working on certain gifts, certain talents for so long in that specific area, and you've been trying to promote yourself, trying to get people to share your content, friends, family, whoever it may be, strangers in the area, you know, locals in the area, and just nobody want to support you. Nobody there to uplift you, encourage you, or give you motivation. You know, it's so many doubters, so many haters, so many people that want to see you fail. That's how you know it's time to relocate. You got to leave that area, family. You have to, because you're not going to be able to grow if you don't have a supportive team or supportive people around you to help encourage you and motivate you to be better. You know, unless you just build up that inner confidence and that self-discipline and willpower within you to, you know, push yourself and to motivate yourself. And that's what we do as chosen anyway. We have to motivate ourselves and pat our own self on the back sometimes, you know, most of the time, right? Our spiritual team always working and cheering us on, or even working through certain people to help give us words of encouragement or to uplift us or encourage us in that moment, you know, to help us keep going, to give you that drive, right? So you want to make sure you have people like that around you. If not, it's time to relocate, because you got to have supportive people around you that want to see you win, and not nobody who just, you know, in competition with you, even through whatever situations you're going through, right? Another reason you know it's time to relocate, family, is like, it don't matter where you go. It's like it's always problems with like people, like with these demons, right? You could just be like, it don't matter where you go. It's like somebody always gonna feel irritated or threatened by your presence, and you ain't even gotta be doing nothing. Say if you sit in a restaurant and it's just a manager in there just evil eyeing you or just coming at you funny just for no reason, right? Those are demons, family. You know, those are demons trying to disturb you or destroy your inner peace. You know, you don't need to be around certain things like that, family. You know, you don't want to be around those things. And then, you know, another reason, you know, it's time to relocate is when you feel like you just literally outgrown a certain place. Like, it's like you just feel like everything that you have done in a specific place, it's like nothing else you can do there. It's like you feel like like everything is like stagnant, or you feel like it's like you just trapped in certain places, or it just feel like it's nothing moving for you, no motion, nothing. It just feel like you just there, just existing. You know, that's when you know it's time to relocate, because sometimes you have to switch up your scenery of environment in certain places so that you can flourish, so that you can, you know, see more of what the world has to offer. You know, because if you've been in one place your whole life, how can you explore the whole world? You only know that one specific place. It's like you're boxed in. It's basically like you're limiting yourself. You know, you start to feel limited, and it feel like you're growing, but nothing around you is changing. Nobody around you is growing or changing. It's time to relocate, family. It's time for you to, you know, love yourself and be able to live your best life freely without restrictions or limitations. You know, in certain places, in certain cities and states, it be certain energies that be lingering around that just be making you feel like stagnation around you. It just be the energy around you that just is not evolving or changing for the better for you or for your circumstances. So sometimes you do have to leave a certain environment to basically see what else the world has to offer, or to even walk into better opportunities. Yeah, overall, it's just like taking a leap of faith. It's like you just got to move by faith and not by sight, and just know that everything will work out with you, because what you put out is what you create. It's time to move if you've been getting that urge from your spiritual team, like telling you, you know, relocate, you know, switch up the scenery, like, because it be for your protection. Like, basically your spiritual team will use anything to let you know. Like, it might be a truck riding by, like, saying move on it. Like, I seen a truck one time that had move literally written on it, and that gave me that was like my spiritual team letting me know, like, it's time to move from this area or this location. You might even see, like, you might see a U-Haul truck ride by, or like a furniture place, a furniture truck riding by saying move, or move to the next destination or location. Or it might have some type of message on the truck, right? Just letting you know. That just be your spiritual team just letting you know it's time to move or relocate, right? And it could be for your protection, just because it might be some dangerous things going on, like in a toxic environment where it's a lot of violence, killing, and different things like that, like crime rate high in a certain area where you at. It could be for many reasons why, but you don't know why your spiritual team is telling you to move at that time, but it just be for your safety and be for your protection. Because when you're a divine being, you're spiritual, and you have that connection to the Most High Divine Mother and Father and your entire spiritual team, they ain't gonna let shit happen to you. So it just all be for your protection, for you to move, or to be able to save you from getting caught up in a situation that you don't need to be in, or put in a position where your life is in danger, right? But yeah, that's one reason to leave. Just other reasons could be just you, like I said, overall just being in toxic environments, around the wrong people that's on drugs, people that's out here in the community that's just violent, low vibrational, just negative people, man. That's how you know it be time to leave your environment, and it be time to leave from certain places too, like whether you staying with family, friends, whoever it may be. Sometimes you be in a toxic environment with people with unclean spirits and just narcissistic vibes, and it be time for you to leave and just get away from that completely so that you could thrive, because the Most High Divine Mother and Father and your spiritual team are not going to open up doors and bless you with the opportunities and things that you really want or been trying to manifest if you're still putting yourself around energy that's not in alignment with that, whatever you're trying to create or manifest. So you have to protect your energy, because these demons be trying to drain from you. These NPCs, these low vibrational beings, these narcissists, they be needing a source to drain from. And chosen, they need your light to drain, because they don't have this anointings on their life. They don't have a light. So they need to drain from you. They need you. They need your energy. So sometimes, like I said, that's how you know it just be time to go, family. And these are just some of the reasons for, you know, why you came across this video. And I'm just basically letting you know, if these were some of the reasons that as far as why you want to relocate, then maybe it's time for you to relocate, family. And it's for your, it's for your protection, it's for your safety, it's for your whole spiritual evolution, you know, for you to become the best version of yourself on your journey, and to be able to walk this path, and to be able to go through doors that's necessary for you to go through, that your spiritual team needs you to walk through, right? Because it's always lessons, it's always tests, and it's always stuff for us to learn on this journey that's meant to better us and to make us become way better beings than we were when we first returned or came back or reincarnated into this lifetime. It's all about us evolving spiritually and connecting back to our most authentic version of ourselves. And you know, that's something that's not easy to do in a world full of people that's wearing masks and want to keep you controlled and manipulated to be a certain way, right? They don't want us to be our authentic selves. They want us all wearing masks out here. But yeah, family, if these are any reasons that you've been wanting to relocate, then it's definitely time for you to relocate and make that change, family. Because sometimes you have to switch up your environment, like I said, in order to see changes around you, right? But first you have to go within and make that change within yourself, so that you can realize the fuckery and all the illusions that's been going on around you in that environment that you've been limited or restricted in your whole life, you know. But if this video resonate with y'all, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video to more divine beings and chosen ones all around the world, family. Divine Intellect signing out. Ashe.